Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Ziauddin Faculty of Law, Politics and Governance podcast. This is your host, Aly Hassam, and with me, as always, is the brilliant Professor Alexander Lawson, the Director for the Center for International and Constitutional Law. Thank you very much for being here with us today, Professor.
Thank you for inviting me again, Aly.
Absolutely. And as always, our discussion today will be focused around warfare and a specific type of warfare. Today, we're going to be talking about proxy wars. So as if direct warfare wasn't enough, now we're going into a different realm of warfare to begin with. So Professor Lawson, just to start off, to give the audience a basic understanding, could you explain what we mean by the term proxy wars and how they differ from direct conflicts between nations?
Yeah, we're used to thinking about direct conflicts between nations as being precisely that. So it would be, for example, Israel fighting Iran, for example. And they're two states, and we know that they exist as states, and we know that they don't have a great relationship with each other, and they would be directly in combat. So, for example, recently this has happened. Israel and Iran have been launching missiles and drones at each other in recent weeks. And that's how we traditionally understand armed conflicts. And we use the term belligerents. The Latin bella means war. So we talk about belligerents as being the combatants, basically. So the belligerents in the conflict between Iran and Israel are Iran and Israel. Mm-hmm. The belligerents in the Second World War were the United States, the United Kingdom, the Soviet Union, and Germany, and then in the Far East, they were Japan. They were the belligerents. Proxy wars is the idea that rather than the two states fighting each other, they have what we call surrogates. And a surrogate means somebody who acts on your behalf. Mm-hmm. So, for example, rather than, most of the time Iran and Israel have not been in a direct conflict. The only time that has really happened is this year. That previously that had never occurred. In April of this year, Iran launched a direct military operation against Israel. Previously, that never happened. Iran uses surrogates to fight as its proxy. And those surrogates would be, for example, Hamas in Gaza and in Lebanon, Hezbollah. Those are, notice, not states. They are what we call sub-state groups or sub-state actors. Mm-hmm. But they basically get all their money and their equipment from Iran and from some other sources as well. So with particularly Hezbollah, without Iranian support, just wouldn't be able to launch any attacks on Israel.
I see. So, but then how do we establish with certainty that there is an actual sovereign state that is backing a non-state actor, which is, in a completely different geographical location? How does one deduce that or sort of determine that?
This is a problem. In the case that we're using, the example of Iran and Hezbollah, it's not a problem because Iran are open about that. That suits them geopolitically, and it suits that particular set of circumstances. But as you can imagine, there are other set of circumstances where precisely the opposite holds true, and where the state in question does not want to be identified as backing the group in question.